said, there's this thing, NFTs, you probably know about it, and there is no art world excellence in this space. There's no gallery-led platform. There's nothing which focuses on established blue chip artists. And he asked me to come on board because I've worked in galleries and worked in digital art restoration, worked in digital art history for a long time, and I said, sure, let's do it. And so we started building in September 2020 officially, so it's been
2020?
Yeah,
oh,
so
wow.
It's been a run. So it's been, almost 2 years, well, a year and a half. And throughout that time, just really getting traditional art collectors on board with NFTs. That's my job. I deal with traditional art world people and tell them, this is what NFTs are. You need to take notice. So
Because I've got a founding member token down
Yes!
there, I'm on board,
Yeah,
jumped on the
yeah.
Lush Sucks drop.
Yeah, so Alex has been Lush's gallerist for 15 years. And so he really wanted to have a balance of people in the space who work in crypto culture and create commentary on that, even if it's not, a digital medium. And then also people who are more on the digital art, new media art kind of side. So that's our last drop with an animator and long-term manga legend and artint Shintaro Kago. And of course Shohei, who Alex has also represented for about 12 years now, since he discovered him in a park in Tokyo. I think it's really fascinating because, of course, the culture is really different to the traditional gallery space, which I've worked in. It's like people are
Kind of
up
walk
in
through and just kind of look.
yeah, peruse. Instead, it's like, hello, when whitelist, when NFT, when free, and on one hand, it's lovely because it's great to see people so enthusiastic and willing to participate in the art market, people who never would have been able to before. But on the other hand, it's also just like a complete new realm, which is a lot closer to like luxury marketing and supreme than it is really the art world. And so it's merging those two things as markets and as marketing, as brand, to create sort of a cultural change and harness this.
Where are we now? Where are we going? Where have kind of come from? Like, can you give me a sense
I
of that?
mean, new media art has been around since the 60s. Largely that was artist to artist though. So these people were around in the 60s, but their acquisition and their display, their exhibition was near to nil, aside from sort of like little underground art gatherings. And so then through the 80s and 90s, you really saw this track where net art became something that people were very interested in, particularly glitch art. Really, I think what we're seeing, to answer your question concisely, is an apex, a turning point where digital medium is becoming something which is going to be more accepted in the art world. I think that we're seeing an onboarding of culture to digital art now.
Well, I mean, it's like photography starting in, 1800s. It's took that long to reach the popular zeitgeist.
To harness the zeitgeist,
And now, it's had this, digital art's had this backswing of 60, 70 years.
Yeah.
Maybe this is it.
Yeah, I definitely think so, because you're starting to see a lot of the larger cultural institutions look back on what has led to this moment and reflect on it in a more cultural kind of survey, even if they aren't necessarily pumping out NFTs, or even if they're still skeptical about it. You are seeing a lot of retroactive benefits to the electronic media market, and that's what the art world should be. It should be a contemporary sharing of the cultural moment that we're in, and also prediction for what's coming next. And unfortunately, the art world really for the last 5 decades has lacked that because of that immense institutional and also financial buffer.
And the middle person who's there to click the ticket and get the commission on the sale.
Absolutely. When these people come to me, when they come to DRP, my question for them is always, how is Web3 important to your work, A, and B, does your work need to be an NFT? So is it discussing something to do with crypto culture? Is it using NFTs as a medium? Are you exploring something new through digital work? Or are you simply trying to harness a new market? And so there's nothing wrong with those three approaches, but I think it's very important for artists who are working predominantly in physical media to think about how Web3 will impact their work and also be significant in their development of their entire practice, in the entire studio, rather than just one thing that they drop one time.
Tell me about DRP in particular now. So tell me about the Lush Sucks, tell me about Shintaro.
DRP is committed to bringing physical artists and off-chain artists on-chain and realizing ambitious long-term projects with them at the intersection of art and technology. Essentially, a lot of artists have aspirations, dreams, projects, goals which they would like to achieve, but they don't have the funding, they don't have the institutional backing, they're facing censorship when it comes to Shintaro, they're facing, disdain from the public about graffiti as vandalism when it comes to Lush. So these artists are facing some kind of, art world friction, and so adopting an art world toolbox, essentially, but bringing it on-chain to new audiences, to new faces, to new voices, is an excellent way for them to develop as artists and realize these projects which wouldn't have been possible otherwise.
But I just wanted to congratulate you on the work so far. I think you're doing such a great job at DRP. What's like immediate future? What's the thing that you're looking forward to the most?
Watch out for next week. We've got a massive announcement with an excellent street artist from Europe. We've got a lot coming.
Oh, wow, okay. Yeah. Got the alpha drop right here at NFT Melbourne. Thanks, Elle. Thanks for your time. Good luck on stage.